Today's strategy is eliminating wrong choices. We'll talk a little bit about what that means. We'll practice as a group, and then I'll give you time to practice in your own playlist, because I know a lot of you want to take your assessments today. So we'll be figuring out how these strategies can help you pass the assessments that you're ready to take. So we'll start with our expectations, the 5 Ps. What's the first one, Giselle? Second one, Valerie.
Be prepared.
Third one, Michael. Fourth one, Aisha.
Be productive.
Fifth one, Chris.
Be positive.
Perfect. And now our norms, my beautiful. First one, Mia.
Whole body listening.
Whole body listening. Show me with your entire body that you're ready to learn. Second one, Giselle.
One voice.
One voice. Third one, Valerie.
No dragging left behind.
And fourth one, Michael. Respect the space. So today's strategy is eliminating wrong choices. And I'm going to have you think for a second why you think it's important for us to look at a problem and be able to eliminate wrong choices. And then you'll reflect with a partner about why this is a strategy that we should learn. So think to yourself and share with your partner about why you think this is important. Go.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier if you
Okay. So I heard some of you were like, actually, I don't really know why this is important. And other of us, we had some opinions about giving ourselves the best chance of passing that assessment. Because some of us, we get 6s or we get 7s on our content assessment. It shows up orange, and we're like, ugh. If I had just on your PLP, it shows it as orange, meaning that you were like so close. And the difference between passing that could have been just guessing a little bit better on 1 or 2 questions that you weren't sure about. And this is something that connects to your real life too, because the SATs will get you into college. That's a multiple choice test. If you want to go to law school, you take the LSATs, that's multiple choice. The MCAT for med school, that's multiple choice. GRE, GMAT, all these are multiple choice tests, and that difference between you and the person next to you could be those few questions that you guess on, how good of a guess you were able to make. But I just want to highlight that it's not a habit of success. So the best thing that you can do is to know your content and know it well. But when there are problems that we're not really sure about, there are some good strategies that we can use to narrow down the choices so that we can make the best choice possible. So we'll take a few minutes to quickly just say what these strategies are, and then we'll spend some time as a group practicing them, and then you'll get to practice them in your own playlist with the check for understanding. So we'll read them off one by one, starting with the first one, Chris.
Choose the most general answer when others are specific.
Good. Second one, Amari.
Choose the longest answer when other ones are shorter.
Good. Third one, Mia.
choose answer with the middle value when other answers are higher or lower.
Good. Any questions about those 3? We'll have time to practice. Fourth one, Giselle.
Choose neither of the similar answers.
Good. Fifth one, Valerie.
Choose one of 2 options.
Opposite answers. So if they're different, choose one of the opposites. Aisha.
Choose the answer most synonymous with the keywords in the question or statement.
Good. Synonymous means like the same. Michael, next one.
Count the number of blanks inside the question.
Count the number of blanks in the questions. Any questions about that chunk? No. Next one, Chris.
Choose among the familiar answers, avoid unknown options.
Good. Amari, next.
Choose the most logic answer to you.
Good. And Mila.
Avoid answers with absolutes and then.
Good. So we're going to have some time to practice with questions. We'll do 3 as a group, and then you're going to do the check for understandings in your playlist to see how many of these strategies you're using. So the first one, tenable means. So if you know what this word means, pretend you don't. You're going to pretend you have no idea what the word tenable means, and we're going to use the process of elimination to make our best guess. So does it mean ridiculous, ludicrous, believable, or absurd? And you're going to think which strategy, how do you know, and why. So you're going to take some time to come up with your best guess with a partner. Then we'll share a whole group to see which strategies we can use. So with your partner, which answer? Go.
I don't know. Absurd. I like absurd because one, ridiculous, and ludicrous are like kind of like the same thing. Tenable. I don't feel like it would be believable. Like tenable. Oh wait, never mind. It will because it has like a bowl stuff. Like it's like tenable. Like I feel like it has like the.
I don't even.
These are definitely
Like
actually fall on top.
tenable, sounds more like it's tenable. That doesn't give me a
What?
So I think all of us have at least given it a try. So let's say none of us know what tenable is. Who's going to get this right or wrong is all about how we were able to reason through it. Michael, do you want to share your reasoning?
I said believable because he got able and yeah.
So Michael used logic. He looked at the root word. He saw able, believable, tenable. That was a strategy that you used. What other strategies? Chris?
I guess like cause ridiculous and
Ludicrous.
Yeah, they look the same, so and I didn't think that tenable could mean either of them since they're both similar.
Yeah, so choosing neither of the similar answers. If two things mean the same thing, neither of them, that's another strategy. Amari, did you want to share your reasoning? He took your reasoning. You saw the able and the root cause. Okay, so you are right. Tenable means believable, and there are two strategies that we could use. So, like Chris was saying, choose neither of the similar answers. So, ridiculous, ludicrous, and absurd all pretty much mean the same thing. They mean out of the ordinary, crazy. Chris, close your computer. Michael, close your computer. Believable is the opposite of those three, and it's also not similar to any of the others. So, we use two strategies, neither of the similar answers, and also one of two opposite answers. Next problem. Which of these statements related, it was believable, you were right. Which of these statements related to Emily Dickinson is correct? A, for part of her life, she was a recluse. B, she always wrote poetry dealing with melancholia. C, she never exhibited any talent for poetry other than free verse. Or D, she always dealt with the most trivial themes of existence in her poetry. And remember, if you know who Emily Dickinson is, you're gonna pretend you've never heard of this person before. Just by reading those answers, you're gonna think to yourself of a strategy of eliminating wrong answers. So same thing, you and your partner are gonna come up with which answer you think it is, and you're also gonna share the strategy of why you have that guess. So think to yourself and share with your partner. Go.
I think it's because B, C, and D all talk about poetry,
I
and they're all
say,
talking about poetry now.
What? I don't get
I
this.
think it's safe.
Like, if it's saying, well, we didn't read no story, so obviously, I don't know.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you might come to a place where you might have to guess and you're not going to know anything about the story, but just by reading the answers.
Yo, and just pick D.
But for no reason.
Yeah. I don't want to think through this.
Close team.
Can you wait maybe like 7 minutes till we get into our playlists?
Alright.
Thank you. Michael, close your computer. Alright, anyone want to share their answer and their logic? Amari.
Mia said it's A because. Shut up, Uncle. Mia said it's A because they are B, C, and D talk about poetry, and A is like different.
So we're looking for similarities and difference and choosing the one that sticks out. Good. Any other answer and also the strategy or the reasoning that you use? Chris?
D, because apparently we didn't get no info to support the answers. So
Okay.
I said D.
Yeah, so two things are happening. You guys are saying we don't know who Emily Dickinson is, but the difference between Amari, using process of elimination or just guessing out of nowhere is going to be what separates you from someone else. So Amari was right. It's A.
Mia was right, not Amari.
Amari and Mia as a pair were right. It's A because we didn't just guess out of nowhere. We used our logic to think of what makes this answer choice different from the others. So you could have, Amari, talked about similarities and differences in the answer choices, but also if you notice, one of our strategies is avoiding answers with absolutes in them. So
Right.
never, every, hold on, none, all, only.
Can you show us the answers?
Just look at a second, wait 1 second. So avoid answers with absolutes in them. And if you look in here, answer B says she always wrote poetry dealing with melancholy. C is she never exhibited any talent for poetry. D is she always dealt. So all three of those have absolutes. That's a really strong statement to make. So we're going to choose a softer answer choice, something that isn't as extreme. So A is just for part of her life she was a recluse, so we avoided those absolutes in them. Last one before we practice in our playlists. A salve made of gypsum weed